Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. Few pieces of housekeeping before we get to today's video. First off, in yesterday's video, I mentioned the web shop. If you go to mffshop.netmarble.com, then you will be greeted with a web shop. You do have to log in, so just make sure that you do that through the same login credentials that you use, I believe, for the forums. But you may also have to set up like a new password after you link your email or link something in game. So you can access it through the in-game menu as well. It's on the left side. There's a little like pencil writing on a piece of paper. You click on that and it'll take you to the web shop, or it'll take you to the forums that can take you to the web shop. So there's ways of accessing it in-game if you don't have a dedicated computer. But I'm telling you this for two reasons. One, because they have this daily gift thing where you can draw and you can win 100 crystals, you can win gold, you can win boost points. There's a bunch of stuff, 50 tier 3 materials. Like, it's not bad. You can also get a 10% discount on things that you buy. Now, that obviously is not going to be appealing to everyone. There's a list of rewards here. But for those of you that do plan on spending, I do want to bring this up because there are specific web shop only deals. They're not always good. Sometimes they are really good, but there are certain web shop only deals that you know, are enticing and attractive. And when there are really good ones, I will bring it to your attention. We covered the new ones here, this one and this one, from the last couple of updates. This April Fool's one is not very good. It gives you 20 tokens. It's okay. You know what? It's okay. It's not bad. But it's not that good either because it's only 2,200 crystals, and the rest of the stuff that you get here, you get a bonus to 80 crystals. So yeah, I think the 800 tokens of the other event, that's already gone now, would have been better than 280 tokens. But yeah, anywho, that's the web shop. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys is that Ice Bear is coming for you. Okay, on to today's video here, guys. So basically what I wanted to do, I feel a little bit bad doing this now because we know that they were getting 10k crystals and a free tier 4. But basically I wanted to do an MFF 10-year anniversary bingo. And basically I want to use this during the live stream for the 10-year anniversary update and see if we can get a line or two or three. Like, let's just make our predictions and see what comes true. I think it'd be pretty fun. And you know what? Some of these I think were a bit unrealistic, but now seeing as they're going to add 10k crystals to the mix, I think maybe these are more realistic. Maybe these are more on par. And we also get a chance to talk about things that we want to see in the anniversary. It's still probably a ways away, so who knows? Maybe they can make changes. Maybe they can add some of these ideas in. I don't know. You can also make your own bingo if you don't like mine, and you can post it online and see if people take to it. But let's go ahead and fill this out here with the different squares. I'm doing 25 squares. I know it's kind of a lot of squares, but we'll go through this pretty quick. A free hero. I think that there's a possibility, sorry, not a free hero, a new hero, excuse me. We get a new character in whatever the anniversary update is. I'm not going to necessarily speculate on what the anniversary update is, but I think, you know, we're going to get a new hero. I'm also hoping that we maybe get a crafting event. I know that we can't get all of these things. I'm going to name 25 different things or 24 different things, but I know we can't get all of them. So the point of this is not to say I want all of these things to happen simultaneously for the anniversary. That would be kind of psychotic. But just so you get the idea of what, you know, we're talking about. So 3RL uses party horn. So I think during the anniversary live stream at some point, 3RL is going to pull out one of those party horns, like, you know, the thing that you blow into it and it like unfurls. I never know what those are called, but they're party horns apparently. Yeah, so I think 3RL might use a party horn during the live stream. And obviously most of this stuff, yeah, has to be revealed either during the live stream or in the patch notes. 10 million gold. This is kind of an easy one, but it's a 10-year anniversary, so I think at some point they're just going to be like, log in for 10 million gold, agents, for the 10-year anniversary. Yeah, but speaking of 10-year anniversary, or speaking of gold, I should say, more gold uniforms. This is one that I've avoided talking about for a long time, and I basically tell people when they ask, it's never happening. Dream on, kid, dream on. But yeah, I think it's time, believe it or not. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you're new to the game or whatever, in the past updates, for different, maybe like the 3-year anniversary, the 6-year anniversary, they would add a bunch of uniforms that were really old. They would change their cost from being crystals to gold. And that's why you can buy gold uniforms for, I think it's like 500,000 or 2 million or something like that. I don't know. I bought them already. And it's been so long. It's been years. It's been like 3, 4, 5 years since they added any new ones. So that's why I don't remember their cost. But basically every anniversary, there's someone out there on Reddit or Discord or Twitter who's like, please give us more gold uniforms. And it's been so many years that they haven't done it that most players at this point are just like, they're never going to do it again, right? Especially since they moved from, they basically inflated the cost of uniforms at some point. It was like 2017, 2018, and they're like, uniforms now just cost more. And we were like, huh? And there was just there wasn't really an explanation for why they cost more. They were just like, they just cost more. They used to cost 750 crystals each, believe it or not. But now they're 1025 or whatever, 1075, whatever it is. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but maybe we'll get more gold cost uniforms. It is the 10-year anniversary. They are giving 10k crystals. Crazier things have happened. I also think it's possible that we get the null artifact free. I know it's a little bit early for this one, but I do think that the null artifact being free, like being farmable, I should say, not free, isn't like they just give it to you for free. But I think that they're going to make that available during the anniversary, just as like another way to generate goodwill. I think we're going to get a free tier 3. Some of these are basically guaranteed, right? These are not up for debate or up for like possibility. We know that we're getting a free tier 4 now. We know we're getting a free tier 3. But that's how bingo works. You have to give some gimme slots that are basically guaranteed. I think as just like a personal prediction, but a lot of people have predicted as well, we're going to see Mephisto tier 4. I think they're going to want to go big for the anniversary as far as releasing new tier 4s. I would have said Sentry if he wasn't already tier 4 because of the Thunderbolts movie. I would have said Null because he was the next native tier 3 after Sentry if Null wasn't already tier 4. So by process of elimination, Mephisto is the next up. It could be anyone. Could be Gore, could be Kang, could be Black Swan, could be someone new. But I think it's going to be Mephisto. This one here is pretty straightforward. New game mode. Yeah, I just hope that they add some new kind of game mode. Now, this can be a bit interpretive, so I leave it up to you guys when you're playing bingo. If an existing game mode gets a rework, as the next tile suggests, does that count as a new game mode? But I think they're going to either make a new one or rework the existing GBR. So any kind of changes to GBR, any kind of buffs, or any kind of new GBR, if they had like a more difficult, like you're fighting the Void now and it's a step up from Dormammu, or you're fighting not Galactus, I guess, Annihilus or something like that, or I don't know, Galactus Prime, the Gold Galactus, I don't know. But yeah, let's just say there. Expand existing team-up collection. So this one's a bit out there. This is a bit of a Hail Mary, but I am hoping that they will add to the existing team-up collections. TUC, Tuck, stands for Team Up Collection. And what I mean by the expanding the existing ones, I don't mean adding new ones, because you're probably thinking, Alex, they just added Defenders. Are you crazy? They said they were going to add one every 4 months. It can't be for the anniversary. You're right. What I mean is go back to the other ones. Zishan has suggested this on Discord, for example, the Sinister Six one, right? You can add new members of the Sinister Six. If they add, for example, Shocker as a character, add him into the Team Up Collection. They can go back, to the Avengers Team Up Collection and add some characters there, etc., etc. They can add Spider-Gwen, for example, to the Symbiote Collection. Just to, especially for the ones that have fewer members. Maybe not this Symbiote one, it already has 12, and there's a lot of really strong characters. But for example, like Midnight Suns, Sinister Six, even Defenders. These are kind of weak team-up collections. So adding some extra characters will increase the existing value. The middle one is always free in bingo, so we're just going to do free. Free just means anything. You can just automatically cross that one out. I think at some point, someone is going to say, either the announcer or 3RL during the live stream is going to say, thanks, agents. So it's kind of another gimme there. And then I think that they're going to buff new player rewards. I think this is pretty, I think this one's pretty likely that they buff new player rewards, and most of us will just be like, whatever, because we're not new players, but it's kind of important. They're going to be bringing in, think about it, with 10,000 crystals and a free tier 4 selector and all the advertisement that they're going to do around that, it's very, very likely that they're going to bring in a lot of new players, and they're going to want to keep them. So they're going to buff the new player rewards so new players can catch up faster, quicker, etc. Blah, 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 blah. So I wrote this list ahead of time. Crystals was my next guess. I'm not joking. Okay, I know my camera is cutting it off here. I'll move my camera up to the top. But I originally had crystals, and it now is confirmed that we're getting 10,000 of them. I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. But yeah, it's quite nice. We get another gimme. That's fine. A few gimme spots here and there. I think a lot of these are kind of Hail Marys anyways. So we'd be lucky if we get like 3 or 4 of these outside of the ones that we know are guaranteed, like the free tier 3 and the free tier 4. A new discount. So this one's a bit vague, but basically a new discount that we haven't seen before. So you know how we had the X of Swords 30% discount for enchanting. We had the comic card crafting when you're crafting stats or whatever, re-rolling crafted stats. They added a discount to that as well. I think we're going to get some kind of new discount. I'm not exactly sure where. We may finally see for this 10-year anniversary, because it's very special, a discount for legendary battles or deluxe packs. I don't know. I'm not trying to, get anybody's hopes up. I don't think for sure they will do that, but I'm saying anything is on the table now with the 10-year anniversary. I also think the 10-year anniversary is going to be a 5+ uniform update. So this is for specifically the anniversary update. I think that it's going to be big. I think we're going to have at least 5 new uniforms. I'm really hoping that they add Emblem Pity. Not M, but Emblem Pity. So for those of you that don't know, when you gamble for emblems, there's no pity system. So you're just gambling blindly into the void. And it's basically the worst return on your investment because there is no pity like there are for cards, CTPs, even artifacts. So yeah, I'm hoping they do add Emblem Pity. But then again, they didn't add Odin's Blessing Pity. So I'm kind of lying to myself here. I think there's a possibility that they update ABX ABL. So update, again, is a bit vague, but it's something along the lines of, increasing the max score, which they have done recently, but they could do it again. Improving the rewards, changing up the restrictions, which I'm really hoping that they do. Finally give like speed male heroes some love, so I have a reason to tier 4 Hawkeye or Sam Wilson Cap America. Yeah, I really think that they should do that, and the anniversary is the perfect time to do so. This one's a bit of a gimme as well. Quality of life updates. So any kind of quality of life updates or upgrades, you could call them. Changing around the, different menus, changing around the number of button presses to get to different things. Any kind of quality of life stuff would count as a check here. Homepage sparkles. Yes, that's not the name of my horse. That is the name of the phenomenon where during the anniversary, they add sparkles that kind of just infinitely stream down on the homepage. They added it 2 years ago for the, fun fact, for the 8-year anniversary, they added it right away. And we were like, I was like, this is amazing. I think a lot of people in the community liked it as well. I just don't want to speak for the community. And then last year, they didn't add it at first. And I was crushed. I was, so sad. I was beside myself. And then they added it later. And I was like, yeah. So hopefully they add it again this year. I think it's a nothing burger, but it's quite fun and festive. And I like it. It adds some frolic to a game full of woe and dread and malice, of course. Okay, anyways, I think there's going to be a new power creep item. This is probably one of the least exciting for a lot of players guesses here. But what I mean by a power creep item is something like comic cards or swords or artifacts or Odin's Blessings or advanced Odin Glory Blessings, the Glory Hole Blessings. Something that improves, increases the player power, but obviously comes at a price that you have to farm something, you have to gamble, you have to spend money, etc., that kind of thing. And then the last one here, pretty straightforward, new PvP meta. I kind of just phoned it in here at the end, and a new PvP meta. So I think there's going to be a new PvE meta added to the game and a new PvP meta added to the game in the form of a character or uniform or tier 4. And this one is these ones are particularly likely because the last 4 updates or 3 updates essentially have been very light on meta upgrades. Very, very light as far as, moving the needle more than just a few 100,000, 1 million in one game mode and basically nothing else. So there's my bingo for the MFF 10-year anniversary. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think, what your bingo would look like. If it's any different, you can post it online on Twitter, on discord.gg/thenewmeta, and we will choose the best one and roll with it for the anniversary live stream next month. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what your speculation and hopes are for the anniversary. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.